What is up, everybody? It's Owen here from Devo's Watches, back with a new video answering some of the questions we got asked on our Instagram page. Check us out, Devo_Watches. Today we're going to go through a few things of who, what, why, how we do what we do at Devo's Watches. So before we get into the video, please subscribe. I know there's probably 3 or 4 people that are going to watch this video, so if you can, please subscribe. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot to building up and all these algorithms that they talk about, and how we can get bigger and grow our company. So please subscribe, hit the little bell as well so you get notified. So let's get into the video. So who is Devo's Watches? Devo Watches is everyone that is in this room. Yes, it's just me. We're a one-man show. We've been working since 2017 till now. At the start, it started out as a side hustle, just something I did on the side, because obviously being a watch nerd, it's all I did, it's all I looked up, it's all I studied. So I said I may as well put the content out there. So at the moment, Devo's Watches is just me, and a lot of help from friends and family too, and obviously from all our customers, because Devo Watches is more of a family than just a one-man company. So that's who we are. That's what do we do. So we're an Irish watch brand based in Blessington Lakes in County Wicklow. So we're a small country village. I think there's around a population of 6,000 where we are located, and a lot of our watches are based on what's around us. So where we started out as an Instagram page. So we weren't, the main goal when we started Devo's Watches wasn't to be Devo Watches as it is now. It was always a dream to be selling watches, but at the time when it started Devo's Watches, Devo Watches started out as an Instagram page in 2017. So at the time I was just really sharing content of what interests me, putting up pictures of the watches I liked, and just kind of talking about them, what I thought, a few reviews. And I never thought we'd be where we are now. I did think about it, but I thought about it more of a kind of buy and sell watches, maybe like a Theo and Harris, where we sell a lot of vintage watches, buy watches. But as things went on, the page started growing, a few hundred followers that were interested in what I do, and then I kind of said, you know what, I'm putting a lot of time into this. Like a lot of us on social media, you put so much time into it and you're really getting nothing back from it. So I started out, I says, look, I'm going to try and sell some of the things that I'm using at the time. So I started selling a lot of watch straps, leather straps, watch cases, and that took off for a while. But at the time I was working full time and I wasn't putting as much commitment into it as I should have been. But I stayed consistent and just kept it kind of ticking over. So that was back in 2017 and 2018. Really in 2019 is when I kind of sat down to myself and says, you know what, I'm going to actually give this a go. I was working at the time, and still am working alongside Devo's Watches, and I kind of got sick of, like a lot of people do, of kind of giving your time and really getting nothing back for it. I needed something that I could fulfill me, and I needed my own journey. So I said, look, there's one thing I love, watches. So I said, I'm going to try this. So from then on, I kind of decided what level of watches I was going to go into. Of course, everyone who likes watches likes high-end watches, and I like high-end watches, vintage watches, your Pateks, your Omegas, your Rolexes, is what everyone wants to own and compete against. But obviously with the budget we were working with at the start, we thought that we could offer a lot of value to the like entry-level watches. The $100 watches is where we thought we would be best suited to start the journey. Being a watch guy, I used to always get a lot of questions from friends and family saying, what do you think of this watch? Oh, I got this watch. I'm not going to name names of watches because I don't want to offend anyone, but people come up to me with a watch and say, look, I got this watch for Christmas, or I bought this watch for myself. What do you think? It's this, it costs €300. What you think? And in my head, I knew from being involved in watches for the past 2 years, the value of that watch, or what it would cost to probably make that watch. And it just frustrated me that people were paying this price for watches that weren't worth it. They are paying for a brand name, and of course your brand name is everything, and you should pay for a brand name when you're buying something. But these were brand names that were nothing to do with watches, had no history in watches, were either like big fashion design houses. They were, if someone came up and showed me a Seiko or a Beluva or something like that and says, okay, that's a watch company that makes watches, that, but when you start getting into fashion watches and their main line of income is through clothing and handbags, accessories, and then you go into watches, it kind of takes away from the whole watch. So when I saw that, I decided that that's where we were going to come in, and come in at that price range to offer more value in the industry, and give what we could give back to the community and to people that are just getting into watches. Our watches are aimed at beginners. We don't want people spending their month's salary, 2 months salary on a watch when they don't really know about it. They don't even know if they're going to wear a watch. So the idea of ours is an entry level into watches and watch collecting. So that was the main reason why we started this. Since then it's taken off, and we're kind of trying to move up the ranges. So in the summer we'll be coming out with the next level up of Devo's watches. The story with Devo's watches was always to build and build on top of everything. So we start with where we are now, and our next release, hopefully in the summer when all this coronavirus passes over, it's going to be, we're going into automatic dive watches with 200-300 meter water resistance, stainless steel, higher quality watches that will be at the next price bracket. So that's the goal, and the goal is to kind of to build our each stage, build a solid foundation, move on to the next one, move on to the next one, and hopefully someday we will be up there with the big names in the watch industry. So yeah, then finally another question that came in was, how do we do what we do? So a watch for us, usually from when it comes as an idea to when it's actually in my hand ready to sell, usually takes 3 to 4 months. When we started out, I contacted a large number of watch manufacturers, just really to feel what the market was, because like a lot of people, when you start out in an industry, you don't really know what you're doing or who to talk to or where to go. So I just put out a lot of feeders and got a lot of responses, and then whittled it down to whoever I thought was best suited to me. And then I found a manufacturer now that looks after us, and they've been great, very easy to work with, can deal with our numbers. A lot of time when you're producing products, the minimum orders is usually very high. It could be in the thousands. A lot of the companies did want, if I was to design a watch, they're hoping for me to get 5,000, 1,000 of that watch. And so we found a company that suited us, and that was at our scale and level, and we started working with them, and they let us build up with them. Once we got the contact, we started sending drawings. We'd give ideas of what we thought, what we wanted, what design we wanted, what we were kind of aiming at. We send over a few drawings. They come back to us and let us know what they could do in our price range, because like everything in business, it comes down to price. I can't go to someone and say, build me the Eiffel Tower, but I want it on the budget of a bungalow house. It doesn't work like that. So we had to kind of give and take for a while, and that's where most of the process is, of our designs going over, them coming back with ones, us going back to them, and then we work out something that suits both of us and that we're really happy with, and then we go on to production. Then the production takes probably 6 weeks, and then a week or two to send out, and then we usually do some quality control ourselves. So they do quality control when it leaves the factory, and then we also do it on our end. So every watch that we send out is 100% we can stand by and we're proud of. So that's really everything about Devo's watches. If you have any questions, please comment below. if any in-depth questions that might take longer, yeah, send them to me and I'll answer them when I get some time. But I'm doing what I love doing. It's going well so far. The main thing with Devo's Watches has been consistency. This thing has been going on since 2017, so that's 3 years now. Over 3 years since we did our first post on Instagram. It's been a crazy 3 years, but I've enjoyed every minute of it, and it's just consistent. I've wasted so much time not doing what I should be doing on it, and it's only now in the last couple of months that I've actually said, okay, every day, boom, boom, this has to be done, rather than what a lot of people did. And what I was doing for a time being was going as hard as I could for a week and putting everything into it for a week, and then not looking at it for 2 weeks. So anyone out there that really wants to try something, or thinks that they have an idea, or that they want to do something they're passionate about, it's just be consistent. Just keep going at it, keep putting the time in, and just get your what everyone needs, a diary. Get a diary, write down what you need to do every day, every week, every month, and you'll be surprised what happens once you stay consistent. So thanks for listening. Hope you found it interesting. Like all my videos, they're just a one-shot take, so any mistakes I made, I'm sorry. But please subscribe. Tick the little bell, like, put a comment. The more we get on YouTube, the more we can do on YouTube. So thanks again, and see you next time. And don't forget, stay safe, people. Stay safe.